Have you ever felt that you as a woman may not appear to measure up when you see incredible women in strong roles? You may be surprised when hearing from women in these positions and how we all share many of the same challenges. Thank you for joining us for the SheEO Lead-In podcast with Rebecca Jones as we share the journeys of women.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Jones, your host of SheEO Lead-In. We are on an exploration together to discover more about the personal journeys of incredible women in both career and life. We all have paths to share that sometimes take incredible turns, deep resilience, and courage to navigate. My hopes are that the challenges shared here encourage women to take leaps of faith and growth when a journey feels too difficult or unachievable. There is great strength deep within each one of us. These stories are meant to share the ways strong women have taken their dreams to strive and thrive to new heights, despite their sometimes rocky paths and found a way to lead in. Today we are here with Deveney Wells. She's the owner and an attorney as well of the Wells-Gibson Family Law and also the prenup queen. Deveney, could you tell us a little bit about that prenup queen? That is so interesting.
Sure. So, like you said, I'm an attorney. I practice family law. So that usually means I'm big into divorce, child custody, property division, and I'm seeing time and time again why marriages and relationships are failing. And so I created the prenup queen really to take care of the front end of things. So I understand people think like, well, if you're doing prenups, you're really selling yourself short when it comes to your family law business. But my goal with the prenup queen is really to strengthen marriages. If we can talk about certain discussions that should be had prior to getting married, so that way those discussions aren't coming up once they're married. They're finding out there's financial incompatibilities, sexual incompatibilities, or just future incompatibilities. And then it ultimately resulting in divorce. So that's why I create the prenup queen. Let's strengthen marriages. Let's just get these things out the way, talk about it. Yes, prenups talk about divorce. You're not necessarily saying we're going to get divorced in the future.
Right.
It is a possibility. About 40 to 50% of marriages end in divorce. But there's so many other things that get talked about too, just to make sure everyone's on the same page regarding finances, the future, thoughts, goals, dreams, wants, needs. It's all out there. And then you're building a very solid foundation prior to getting married.
So managing your expectations, right? Mm-hmm. I love that. So, okay. So you are obviously a woman. You're a beautiful woman.
Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about your childhood and no, not all of it. Not all of it. Not that. Just do you have like a fun little short story that you'd like to share with folks, just to get a sense of who you are and kind of what drives you?
A little story. I would say there's so much I could actually talk about. My childhood is actually what drove me to want to be a family law attorney.
Yeah.
So witnessing my mom and my dad's divorce, and then how it affected me as a child. I was an only child. And that's ultimately why I wanted to do family law. I really wanted to be minors counsel, but then after I got into law school and after I passed the bar, I realized how long I have to practice family law in order to do minors counsel. So it's a little stepping stone to get there, but that's ultimately what led me to where I'm at now. So that's my motivation for becoming an attorney. My drive, my ambition, I think that's just because I grew up as an athlete. So I played sports all the way through college. I was a D1 athlete playing volleyball. And I just have that drive. So when people tell me I can't do something, I'm going to do it. It's like a watch me type of mentality.
I'm with you on that. Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of drive, a lot of ambition. And I remember too, one of my old employers telling me I had too much ambition. And I remember that kind of bringing me down just a little bit. But ultimately, when I have something in my heart, that just tells me that's something I have to do. So.
Well, yeah, when you're passionate about something, you shouldn't not do it. You
Exactly.
should definitely do it, because then it doesn't even seem like work. It's something that you really love to do.
Exactly. And it could even be thought of like, maybe that's my purpose on this planet, in this time and day. Like, if that's what my heart is telling me to do, at least I got to try it just to see,
sure.
to see.
So I have a question. How old were you when your parents got divorced, if you don't mind my asking?
I was in 3rd grade. So I believe I was a year ahead. So I was 7.
I was 11. It's hard. It is hard when I felt like it was War of the Roses, my parents. It was a very bad situation. And I always said, I'm never going to do that. So, didn't. I mean, my marriage lasted 24 years. So
that's a long-term marriage.
Good. Yeah. But, it's hard. So back to you. I'm just curious. A lot of words come into my mind, but what do you think describes you best? Just one word. Who do you think you are?
I would say unique.
You are. I'd agree with that.
Unique.
I was thinking unicorn, but I don't know. I mean, an attorney, a lot of people get, this preconceived notion. You're just very warm, and not that attorneys can't be warm, but you're just full of life and just glowing. You're just glowing.
Okay. I mean, maybe because it's Virgo season, so that's probably what it is. But thank you. But yeah, I would say unique. A lot of people look at me and don't expect a certain type of thing. I also dance as a hobby, which was kind of scary posting that on social media because it's like, you're supposed to be professional, but then you're dancing and how you're dancing. But at the end of the day, I'm just going to do what I want to do. And people are either going to like me or they're not. I can't please everybody. But I like my clients like me. And that's really all that matters at this point.
Well, I think that dancing doesn't necessarily mean you're not professional. I mean, I think all of us to some extent, and, I think women translate it a little differently than men, more uniquely. And that is we have our work person and then we have our private person.
Right.
And our private and professional lives don't always have to match up.
Right.
They don't have to be the same. I mean, I think many of us are very different in what we do at work and then how we are even as mothers too. Yes. I mean, it's just, I think women are resilient and we have all these different roles and we know what to do, and it's okay to have those different parts of ourselves.
I agree. And I don't know why it's so hard. I honestly think society...
It's a stereotype. Let's call it what it is.
Yeah, they want to put us in a box. And then we just have to stick in that box. But it was like that whole situation where... Do you remember on social media, on Instagram, where doctors were taking pictures in their bikinis and posting it on there saying, like, I'm not a doctor 24/7. I am a woman. I am feminine. If I post a picture in a bikini, it doesn't mean, don't look at me any less. Yeah. There's that whole movement. And that's how I just feel about even me as an attorney or people in politics. Like, people want to see you as your career. And then if you're anything outside of that, they look down on you or they think less of you. And it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I have a whole life. People have a whole family.
You know what? I use the whole, I'm only going to talk briefly about this, but, as a politician, I always say, don't try to put me in a box and say I'm just one certain way, because I think the beauty of politics, well, what I think could be beautiful about politics, it's not beautiful at all right now, I'll be honest. But I think the beautiful thing about me personally in politics is I'm not one way or another. I'm a registered party, but that's not, I don't agree with everything. And I don't agree with the people that are always doing that are in that political party. I don't just say, oh, that's a person and I agree with everything that they do. I always say this to my friends. I think it's hilarious because you said the box. Don't try to paint baby into the corner. You can't put baby in the corner.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna take that. Right. And back to what you said, I'm my unique self, and so are you. So I appreciate that so much. I can't even begin to tell you, because I think that, there becomes a bias.
Right.
A bias because of what we look like, a bias of what we do. And I think as women, we actually have more bias toward us, because they think, well, you're a mom, you're supposed to be a certain way. Oh, you're an attorney, you're supposed to be a certain way. You're supposed to be all serious all the time. But that's not who we are in our lives.
Exactly.
We are all these different facets. And, the thing about women, too, is that I think all women are very beautiful. And we have all these special parts about us that are to be celebrated,
Right.
and not, oh, you can't be that anymore because now you've moved on. Now you're a mother. You can't actually be fun and carefree. And I just don't like that.
Me neither.
Yeah. Oh, my
neither.
God. We are so vibing, girl. So how long have you, when did you take the bar? Tell me how you got, how did you get on
goodness.
this path of being an attorney?
I am a baby lawyer,
Okay.
which makes this a little bit scary too. So, baby lawyer. So I started law school in 2017. So I'm from Texas.
Okay.
I came out here in 2017 specifically for law school. Graduated in 2020.
Oh, goodness.
The height of COVID. So I was supposed to take the summer bar, and then it got pushed to August, and then it got pushed again to September, and then it got pushed again to October. And we're just like, we need to take this bar, because the scary part of being a law student who has yet to take the bar is we don't have a job, because we're mostly in law school full time. We studied for the bar full time, like it was a full time job, because California is one of the hardest bars in the country, arguably. So they kept pushing the bar back, and I was like, I'm not working. How am I supposed to pay my rent?
Right.
How am I supposed to pay for groceries? Like, I need to pass this bar so I can go work full time at my job,
Right.
Because I was doing a post bar, but I was off while I was taking the bar. So yeah, they kept pushing it back, and then they decided that it's going to be the first virtual bar they've ever done. So we were essentially the state bar's guinea pigs
Oh, geez.
for the first ever virtual bar. But we took it in October, and our school actually put us up in a hotel, all the bar takers, and we were there for, I want to say they put us there for 3 nights. They paid for our food. They took care of everything. All I had to do was show up, take the test, eat, sleep.
Guinea pig.
And then start over. Yeah.
Fun.
And then start over. So took the bar in October, got the results in December, and then I got sworn in January of 2021.
Okay.
And so while I was waiting for my bar results, while I was waiting to be sworn in, I was working at literally my dream job. It was the firm I wanted to be at, because one of the partners, I major girl crush on her.
Aw.
And so when it got time for me to become an attorney at that firm, there's a whole story to it, but things just did not go the way they were supposed to. I didn't feel the love I was supposed to feel from them, and I didn't want that to be the beginning of my law career.
Yeah.
So I gave them my 2 weeks. I left the firm, and then I started my own firm in March of 2021.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Now that took a huge leap of faith.
A big leap of faith, but I had so many mentors. So I reached out to another person who loves to mentor law students, and we just kind of stayed in touch. She's also very prominent in the family law society here in San Diego. And she was just like, do your own thing. Start your own firm. Like, it's really not that hard to hang your own shingle. It's just a lot of fear and a lot of risk that comes with it. But I'm a risk taker anyways. I have a really high risk tolerance.
Okay.
So she was like, just do it. You can totally do it. And then someone from the career department over at my school, same thing. I was telling her the issues that I was experiencing at the firm that I was at. Mm-hmm. And she was just like, you need to leave. Like, they don't value you. They don't respect you.
Right.
You need to leave. And same thing. Start your own firm.
And it's sometimes hard to take that jump. I mean, not even just financially, but really having the courage to go, okay, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
It's on.
And especially
Sometimes
being
you're
brand
forced
new.
into it, though. I think maybe you were kind of forced into it.
Exactly.
So you were like, okay, I have no other options. So here we go.
That's
Here we
literally
go.
what it was. I
Wow.
had no plans, no thoughts of being an entrepreneur, a SheEO, a business owner. It was never in my thoughts. Never.
So tell me a little bit about the whole success failure thing. I'm sure you have a lot of thoughts about that.
So, I will say I should knock on wood. I'm going to knock on wood real quick. I would say so far I've had more success than I have failure.
That's good.
It's good, but it's also scary. Because in the back of my head, it's just like, the shoe's going to drop or the ball's going to drop, whatever that saying is. Like, I should be ready for something to happen. But so far it's been great. There's the most employees I had at one time was 7. I just let 2 people go. So it's me and 5 other people. So it's been a ride. So much stress and anxiety because now people are depending on me for a paycheck.
Yeah.
I legit have a real firm. Like, it's not just me. There's another attorney, law clerk, paralegal, admin. Like, it's a legit business that I've created. Obviously the finance, the cash flow that's coming out of it is wild. Never did I think I would be making the money that I'm making now. Not that I make a buku's amount of money, but I grew up very poor. And so the fact that I, can just go shopping because I want to, I still have a budget.
Yeah.
But just the fact that I have money when I've never experienced having money, that makes me nervous because I don't want to just blow it.
Yeah.
So now I have like this push and pull of, do I hoard my money or do I work on my mindset and just be a little bit more confident that more money's going to come.
I'm going to give you one word.
Okay.
Balance.
I got to work on it.
Balance.
It's scary.
It is scary.
It is so
scary. Well, okay. So do you have a tribe of women that are coming around you to say, hey, girl, you got this. Let's keep encouraging one another and you can get through this. It is a curve, and it really is a curve.
Yeah.
When you first, see success, there are definitely people that are going to want to tear you down, but there's also that tribe to build you up.
Right. I wouldn't, no. I don't have the tribe of like entrepreneurs. I feel like my friends don't have the same mindset as I do when it comes to business or finances. So I don't think I yet have that core group of friends that I could really just talk to about business. I've been in like cohorts and I've been in like networking groups, but I don't think I have anyone really like that close to me that I could have those conversations with. So instead I hired a business coach. So I guess she's that person, but I have to pay her. But I think she's been like the difference maker for my business.
Yes. Well, I think, being that you haven't been doing it very long, I think what's going to happen is you will have that tribe come forward. It'll be organic. You won't even know that they're coming. You'll just say, oh, look. I look around. Oh, I've got now people that know what I'm going through, people that can understand all the struggles.
Exactly.
And that will keep encouraging you. And when you trip, they're going to be there to catch you.
Pick me right back up.
That's right. So, just keep your eyes open, I guess, it would be my my advice to you.
Okay.
So balance, it's hard. We just talked about it a little bit. How do you balance? And by the way, it's ever evolving.
Okay.
It's not something you have to go, oh my gosh, I'm failing today. Guess what? You're going to fail today, but you're going to do well tomorrow.
Right.
And that, that in itself is pretty beautiful because you'll look back and you'll go, oh my gosh, I was failing for what maybe seemed like a long time. And then all of a sudden you'll go, wait a minute. You don't even know it's actually happened. And you go, wait a minute, I'm not failing anymore.
Right.
Yay. I think that's how it happens. But explain how you're feeling right now about all that.
I feel like it's just a work in progress.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it's just, there are days where I'm just in this very like scarcity type mindset. Like, oh my God, I got to save all this money. Oh my God, I can't spend. Oh my God, I can't go on vacation. I can't do nice things for myself. I shouldn't go get my nails done. And then there are days where I'm just like, screw this. This is my birthday. Let me go ahead and buy that outfit. So it's a give and take, I should say. I have a budget, and I'm using air quotes when I say budget.
Yeah.
Because I do want to keep myself in check. That part's very important to me. Do I always stick to that budget? No. So I have good months, I have bad months, and I think eventually it balances out. But I don't have the answer for balance because I'm still trying to learn balance.
Well, and that's okay to say because just so you know, a lot of us, like I said, some days you feel like I'm doing great at that. And then some days you'll feel like you're failing.
Right.
So, you know what? I think that's really normal, especially for women because we're doing so many different things, I think, than men. So let's talk a little bit about barriers and men in the workplace.
Okay.
What do you think about all that?
Well, the law, everyone knows, has been predominantly men.
Yeah.
But I will say, especially because I've joined, there's a group called Lawyers Club, which is a club geared towards advancing women in the legal field and in the legal career. I will say that club has made it, at least here in San Diego, their mission to really put women like on the map. So I don't know what it's like in other places here in California or in Texas or wherever throughout the country, but I feel here in San Diego, women are pretty well respected in the legal field. Every once in a while, there's that one man who thinks they need to mansplain something to me. And I've learned to keep my mouth shut. I've learned to just keep peace sometimes, especially when it's for the benefit of my client.
Yeah.
And just let the guy say what he needs to say, and then we just move forward. I have snapped a few times, like, okay, I know that, like, that's not what I asked. This is what I asked. I need a specific answer. It's yes or no. I don't need a whole explanation.
Yeah.
So, every once in a while, I'll have people mansplain something to me, or I get called hun. But I haven't experienced someone calling me like a girl. I know there's been stories about that, but I think I'm just lucky because I am part of the Lawyers Club and that they're very predominant here in San Diego. And I think there's just a lot of encouragement for women really to advance in the legal field here.
So you have some mentors in that group, I would assume?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Because why make the same mistakes that someone else has made?
Exactly. I do not need to reinvent that wheel. No. Yeah. No.
So your parents got divorced. You kind of saw how that went, and then it just led you to want to do this. And, obviously is a lot of work. And so what brought you to San Diego? Just school?
Just school.
Specifically?
I followed the money. So I went to Cal Western, and they offered me scholarship.
Okay.
I'm still in buku's of student loan debt. My goodness. But I probably have half the debt that most law students have.
That's good.
So I followed the money, and I came here.
So family life. Do you have siblings or... No,
Only
that's
child.
Right. You're the only child.
Only
you did
child.
say that.
Only child.
So tell me, do you have aunts or uncles or any cousins that you're close with? Are you the only one here from your family?
Yeah. So my whole family is
You're
back.
courageous.
I know. My poor mom. She thought about coming out here to San Diego because she misses me. It's been 6 years since I've left. But I'm just like, no, don't come out here. It's expensive.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of cousins because my mom is one of 7, I want to say. And we all of my aunts and uncles have kids, so I have tons of cousins. I'm not close to my dad's side of the family. So I am close to my mom's side of the family, but everyone's back in Texas, specifically in the DFW area. I'm the only person who has
ventured outside
the group. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're just trailblazing.
Trying to. My family is they are close knit, but I'll say, like, watching some of my cousins, love them to death though. It's like a comfort zone being with family like that. And that was my figure on going back to Texas. I was like, if I go back, I'm probably not leaving again because I'm going to get so comfortable being around you guys that I'm not going to want to go out and explore.
Right.
So yeah, the minute I came out here to California, I try to solo travel. I guess it's not technically 100% solo, but it just gave me more confidence to be on my own. It is kind of scary traveling as a woman by myself. But yeah, I'm okay being by myself. I'm okay being solo. I am very introverted anyway, so maybe it's just a good mix with my personality.
Introverted?
Yes.
Wow.
Such an
introvert.
Yeah.
I would say you have a side of you that's very extroverted.
No. Well, okay, maybe, but I get drained so quickly. So like after this podcast, I'm going home and I'm sleeping.
Well, so you know what? I'm gonna talk about the elephant in the room then.
Okay.
If you feel that way, how do you do your job?
don't
Family
know.
law is so
Draining.
I mean, I remember when my parents got divorced. I don't know about you, but like I had to, as a kid, go to talk to counselors. There was this whole other world that was that part I found exhausting. Like having I couldn't do your job for 1 minute. I just couldn't do it. So explain to me how the introvert can handle all of these highly emotional moments. How do you do that?
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. I think even though I'm introverted, I'm very empathetic. And I think that's what my clients like the most.
Yeah.
Obviously, they want to get what they're legally entitled to in court.
Yeah.
But they really just want someone who's going to understand them, love on them during this moment and during this journey.
Yeah.
And obviously give them some compassion and grace because there's going to be mishaps. Everyone's very emotionally charged through this process. So I think I'm just really empathetic. But it is very draining on me.
Yeah.
So I am not client facing Monday and Fridays. Unless I have court, then I go to court Mondays and Fridays. But Mondays and Fridays are really just so I'm getting business work done and not engaging with clients. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is when I'm more client facing. But at the same time, I know my strengths, I know my weaknesses, and I know how quickly I get drained when I'm around people. So that's the benefit of having people who work with me. So like my law clerk, my other attorney, the paralegal, if a client calls and they're just trying to get facts or whatever the case may be, or they need to ask a quick question, I'm not necessarily needed. So someone else can take that. Everyone else who works for me is extroverted. I'm probably the only, well, me and the other attorney, she's kind of introverted, but I'm probably the most introverted person at the firm. So I found people whose weakness or whose strengths are my weaknesses.
Right.
And we just play. It's just a good match.
Wow, that's clever that you honestly. Well, I'm actually impressed that you just can see this because a lot of times people are not 100% aware of who they are.
Yeah.
And so I think it's really, you can struggle for a long time. The fact that you've seen this pretty early on is amazing. So let's talk about lessons learned.
Okay.
What do you think some things that you've learned that you'd like to share with other young women to help inspire them and help them through some tough things? I mean, law school is not easy.
You know what?
What?
Law school is not as hard as people think. It's definitely doable. I don't think I have like a brilliant mind or I'm a genius or anything, but I wasn't that person who was always in the library setting. I was still out dancing or doing a bodybuilding competition or at the dog park. I still got my work done. I still had some of the highest scores. But I think with law school just comes what is that? What's the saying? Preconceived notion.
All right.
That you're literally studying day in and day out. And it doesn't have to be like that. If you have good time management, you'll be good to go.
I think that's the problem that a lot of people have is time management. Because you do need to focus at certain times. There are always things that are going to be, tugging at you and, your friends call up and, oh, hey, what are you up to?
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
And you have to know what to sacrifice and just have very, very candid conversations with your family, your friends saying like, look, I'm in law school. I can't hang out as often as I'm used to hanging out with you guys, but we can schedule something. So like I had a friend who I don't want to call her OCD, but she plans everything out from the moment she woke up to her going to sleep. I mean, like brush teeth, eat breakfast, do this, do that. Like everything was planned to a T, and that worked for her.
She's drinking her coffee at 8:55.
Literally, it was planned out. And mine wasn't that strict, but like it was just blocked out times. Like I'm in this class, and then I'm studying this, and then I'm writing this outline or doing X, Y, and Z. And I just stuck to it. So discipline, time management. You can't be a lawyer without time management. That's just
Well, that sounds like a lesson.
Yes.
Any other nuggets that you want to share?
Be yourself.
Yeah.
And I know that's so cliche to say, but I've learned, especially in like the social media world, is people want to connect with you, with who you are. And so I would say most of my clients know I dance. They've seen my Instagram. But they like who I am as a person. Then they come and talk to me. They like the connection I can make with them. And I'm just different than other attorneys they've interviewed with or other attorneys that they've thought about having take their case. And I would also say my closing rate is probably around like 90%. So the minute I get done having a consult with somebody, they immediately want to sign up. They don't need to think about anything. Like they just want that connection. They just want to interact with who you are. And that's all they're looking for.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, just be yourself. The right people will come. This lesson too, all money is not good money. So turning down things because you think you need it in that moment, even though you know it's not meant for you or you know it's not right for you, let it go. Let it go because something better is going to come.
So I have a question. Mm-hmm. This is a law question.
Okay.
Do you feel like there is a certain segment of people that are getting divorced and all they care about is hurting the other person?
Oh, 100%. So when I say all money is not good money, it came because of that.
That's what made me think of it when you said that.
Yes. I had someone come into my office, and in my heart, I just knew I should not have taken them as a client. Like my gut was just saying, no.
Run!
Run. Red flags everywhere.
Yeah.
And at that time, though, I was brand new. So this is 2021. And I was like, I need clients. So I took it, even though I knew I shouldn't have taken them as a client.
Yeah.
And I'm working his case. And I was able to talk to the other parent because she was self-represented. And I got him everything he wanted, like on paper. I was like, you want to see your kids, you want X, Y, and Z, this visitation schedule. She agreed to it. And he refused to sign it because he wanted to go to court. He wanted the judge to make the orders because he said he wanted to see her face when the judge made these orders. And I was like, you're not going to get this if we go to court.
Yeah.
You're not going to get even a sliver of this if we go to court. And he wanted to risk it. And just the fact that he wanted to risk his kids just to get back at the mom. I was like, okay, this is not a good fit. I'm firing you as a client. And that was it. So all money, not good money.
Yeah, no, that's terrible. Mm-hmm. And the only one that really loses in that is the kids.
The kids.
Yeah.
I know. I just couldn't. So now I have better questions in my consultations so I can get a better gauge of what it is they want, what is it that they're after, what their ideal situation is, so on and so forth. So,
well, I think that's a huge lesson. Mm-hmm. I think that is very helpful because, a lot of people, I mean, I don't want to call it blood money, but almost kind of like blood money. Mm-hmm. It's just not a productive thing. It's like it becomes negative and it's not good.
Exactly. Yep.
Wow. All right. So your parents got divorced. You decided that you were going to go into this. Talk about the things that you really want to have young women. You walk into a room, you have a fresh slate. You want to tell them some things that you know that really helped you in life. Mm-hmm. What would you tell them? How would you encourage them?
It's not going to be something they want to hear. It's not going to be something they want to hear.
That's even better. What is it?
It's it has to do with marriage. Actually, it's the whole premise behind the prenup queen.
Oh, we need to hear more about this. This is a good one. This is good.
It's mostly just you need more than love to make a marriage last.
Yeah,
like love just isn't enough. And I know society has glorified marriages and has glorified the romance behind marriages. And there's just so much more to it. And so it's those important conversations about y'all's futures, expectations, family-in-laws like mother-in-law, dad-in-law. All those conversations need to happen before you get married. You cannot just sweep things under the rug. you just need to lay it all out there. If you want a happy, loving marriage, love is not enough to make it last.
Things don't just work out unless you actually talk about them and work through them.
Exactly.
I agree. So when you are writing, I thought it was very interesting when you brought up the whole prenup queen part, that you were talking about a lot of different things. So tell me how those conversations start, because I find this to be fascinating.
Okay.
I think having this very proactive approach of, honestly, at the end, it's really managing expectations. Mm-hmm. And so you go in with this, is it like a, almost like a framework, or do you look at in every conversation to say, so here's what I think, but you don't really go into a boilerplate sort of situation? What does that look like? Like, I'm fascinated by this.
So I actually have a checklist that I tell them to go through before they come in for their meeting with me.
So you can find out more about them?
Yeah, or so that they have the conversation first,
right,
before I'm over here drafting stuff, trying to put it into a prenup.
Yeah.
Half the time when I'm doing prenups, the other person isn't represented. So they're both in my office. We're both having a very candid conversation, all three of us. But the conversation, it really depends on where they're at in life, where they want to go in life, and what, like you said, their expectations are. Yeah. So if one person is very money motivated, we're having a lot of discussions about finances, what those expectations are around finances, what his or her goals are when it comes to what they want to do in the future with their wealth. Mm-hmm. If one's more family oriented, I'm having conversations about, okay, is someone going to be a stay-at-home parent? How many kids do y'all want? Because I also had a couple, we talked about kids. Turns out one didn't even want kids. And the other person had no idea. And I'm like, y'all didn't have this conversation before y'all got engaged? Like, what?
Well, that actually shocks me.
Yeah. And that's why I created the Prenup Queen, because when I talk to my divorce clients, like money issues, issues with the in-laws, it's a lot of things that really could have been worked out if it was just talked about beforehand.
So you actually have sometimes in your prenups things about your in-laws?
Oh, no. Sorry. It's not in the prenups about the in-laws. It's just a conversation. Can there be provisions in there about in-laws? Yes. You can put a lot of things in a prenup. Will it hold? Who knows? But you can talk about confidentiality, what can and can't be said to other people about y'all's marriage, and that could then apply to in-laws. I
feel like you are a pre-marriage counselor in ways. Okay, yes. That's really cool. So I'm dying to know, what's next for you?
Good question. What's next for me? I definitely want the Prenup Queen to take off.
Yeah.
That's what I'm most passionate about right now. Mm-hmm. So I think that's my next step. I was on Married at First Sight doing a post-nup on TV, so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I really want to go nationwide with the Prenup Queen. I really want to go out there and just talk more about how we can help lower the divorce rate, because I really think 40 to 50% is really... It's really sad. That's one in two marriages.
I actually feel like it was higher than that. So I was a little surprised that number was only 40 to 50%. I felt like maybe it was 60, but I think you're onto something. I really do. I think having that proactive approach where you're talking about the difficult conversations that if you're already married, it's too late. I think that's very cool.
Yeah, thank you.
I love it. Well, I definitely want to keep in touch. I want to see how that all evolves. But Deveney, thank you so much.
Thank you
for coming today. Yeah, a lot of fun. Thank you so much, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Now that was powerful. We hope you've been lifted and encouraged by today's inspiring voice. Always remember that life doesn't look exactly the same for each one of us. Never stop dreaming, striving, and thriving. In future episodes, we look forward to bringing you powerful stories from amazing women who learn how to lead in to challenges. Thank you for listening and being part of our community with SheEO host, Rebecca Jones.